everybody, well today I'm doing something in honor of cake and when cake actually was invented. It was invented in Egypt. I don't know exactly the year, but sometime in the very, very early 17th century. But it wasn't made the same way. Obviously they used honey instead of sugar. And as time went on, it sort of started traveling into Europe. And the first bakery opened in Europe, I'm also doing bakeries, it was Ron's Bakery. And it's still sitting there even 160 years in England. Someplace in England, I'm not sure where. And cakes, as we went through the years, became birthday cakes, wedding cakes, anniversary cakes, all kinds of celebrations that we use cake for. Chocolate cake, vanilla cake, every kind of flavor cake you can imagine. And then you frost it up, it's really delicious and yummy. And I grew up in Springfield with a bakery called Cake Cottage, and I really miss the old-fashioned bakeries. There's not as many around. Carla's Bakery is still around, it's in Hoboken. I know they're still around that did cake boards. So today I'm going to make a delicious chocolate cake with vanilla frosting, a cup of oil, water, half a cup of oil, and 3 eggs. You can also use a cake mix. Okay, you also came up, Duncan Hines has a fantastic cake mix that you can actually use. It's very delicious, it's nice and oily, delicious. 3 eggs. Mixes, you want it nice and fluffy. You can use cake mixes, you can use homemade cake, have everyone to do this. But cake really became very well known, folks. For example, my birthday was last week. I had a surprise party and the cake that these women made for me. Somebody actually made a homemade cake for me. It was fantastic. How she decorated it and everything. Amazing what you can do with cake. It's absolutely amazing. And it just started in ancient Greece and it just traveled the globe. Alright, now I meant ancient Egypt, not Greece. I'm telling you other things I'm sure invented in Greece, but no, we're talking about the invention of the cake and how the first bakery started, which was actually in England called, oh, I can't remember the name of it. So anyway, let's get this nice and floury. We want it really floury. We're going to put this in the oven. And we're going to frost it later. It's just amazing how far cake traveled around the globe, folks. Keep this in mind. Traveled all over the world. And kids love cake. Everybody loves different kinds of cake. There's all kinds of cake that you can actually make, folks. There's coffee cake, there's chocolate cake. And I actually grew up with a bakery called Cake Cottage in Springfield, New Jersey. Sadly, many, many years ago they went out. A lot of bakeries virtually went out. And it's really a shame because you don't have no idea how wonderful a bakery smells like. Oh, you can't forget the smell of the eclairs bacon, the cream puff bacon. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to pop this in the oven. We're going to bake this for about 20 minutes. Yes, we're frosting cake. The subject is how the cake was invented. Now be careful when you spread it. Even on a cake mix, it's very delicate. See? It comes right up. See? You got to be really careful. And it's actually cold too, which is very odd, but you know, you got to do very gently. I would recommend a spatula, but unfortunately a spatula is very heavy. I don't know why it's so delicate today. Come on, here we go. Alright, now we're going to go to the top section. Yeah, cake has been around since early Egypt days. It was actually invented in Egypt. Be very careful when you spread this because I'm telling you folks, it can just split very easily. It's happened many times. See? It's splitting up. We're getting instant cake crumbs, which I want anyway. And then it's spread all over the country, all over the world. I mean, now they have chocolate cake, they have every kind of cake you can think of. Chiffon cake, fruit cake, every kind of cake you can think of. Now don't worry about the crumbs because it's going to make it really good. And I still remember the Cake Cottage in Springfield. How marvelous. Okay, more crumbs here. I don't think we even have not one crumb. We just there's not one little crumb to make it really pretty. Here we go. Try to get it as much out as I can. And here we have in honor of cake and bakeries, old-fashioned bakeries, and which I ideally missed even today. You can't really find many bakeries around. From Bakeries, Home Country Kitchen. Have a great day and please subscribe to my wonderful YouTube channel.